Of all ages, Town Square Media is proud to present to you the best Quad City sports talk radio show in the world. With the face who runs the place, T-Roy, the OG on the marquee, J-Bird, and the cat who runs the chat with the stats, Statman Surge. We are Don't Hassle Us, We're Local. We're not a Quad City sports talk radio show. We're not the Quad City sports talk radio show. We are your Quad City sports talk radio show. Welcome to the conversation, Quad Cities. But first, the dawn.
All right, everybody, we are here in the Hassle Castle. J-Bird and T-Roy. You're listening to Don't Hassle Us, We're Local. Welcoming you on a beautiful Friday afternoon, the beginning of Memorial Day weekend. Hope everybody is safe and sound out there. We got some of the restaurants full swing last night, Jay. I know they had a good time at Caddy's, so congratulations to Van Severn and all the folks up there.
What do you mean? What's the story? What's going on?
Caddy's opened last night.
Yeah, good crowd?
Yeah, real good crowd. A lot of people out having fun. Mark was very happy, so congratulate our friends for doing well. And
well,
hey,
congratulations for everybody for going out and supporting still.
Right. And we are literally only just under a week away from the bars being back and open. And we look forward to seeing all you cool cats and kittens, right, Jay?
Yeah, that's still going on.
I don't know. You can't say it?
What? This
Cool cats and kittens?
No, I mean, you can say it. It's just,
You don't like it?
it's not that I don't like it. It's
I feel like you don't like it.
well, I mean, it's 7 weeks old, the Tiger King thing.
Is it? Oh, no, I can't say it because it's 7 weeks old.
You can if you want to. I'm not saying you can't. It's up to you.
Jeez, I won't say it anymore.
No, I'm not saying that at all.
How about you you down dogs and puppies?
Okay.
All right.
I was solo last night. Family's out of town.
Yeah?
I didn't go out and partake in anything opening up.
You didn't?
No.
Did you just stay at home and...
I did. I watched The Joker.
Yeah? What'd you think?
He did a really good job.
Okay.
Joaquin Phoenix did a really good job. I mean, legitimately, that was a good job.
I didn't say you didn't.
No, and I'm not saying that, but I mean, I can see why he won an Oscar.
Okay.
That was impressive. Other than that, I mean...
I don't think he did better than Heath Ledger.
I disagree, actually.
Sorry, I do.
Nah.
It was good,
It's gonna drive me nuts.
but it wasn't the greatest thing ever.
You should put that down there for me.
I'll
I'll just do it because it's driving me crazy.
you-
The whole thing's driving me crazy.
Jay's having a bad day.
No, I'm not having a bad day.
Well,
and I'll tell
the
you about
electronics
my day.
are messing us up.
Yeah, technical difficulties and all that fun stuff, you know?
But we got this cool TV stand from Chopper, though.
Mm-hmm.
Are we going to still trying to do a Chopper thing?
Yeah, we'll do that over the air. We're too busy trying to figure out Zoom meeting and everything else. That was good.
Bomber
And-
bailed on us.
Yeah.
Hope she's out there listening. Because you know what I was going to have Bomber do today, Jay?
Mm-hmm.
I was going to have her, because we had our little vaccine argument, and then she came up with the fact that the rare case polio can come back. I'm like, get out of here. How many times do you get the polio vaccine, Jay?
Once.
How many times do you get the flu shot? The vaccine.
Every year.
Every year. So it's not
If
a
you
vaccine.
want to.
Here's my scenario for Leah. I go, okay, you got the Empire State Building, right?
Okay.
And you got my house.
Uh-huh.
They're both buildings, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, but they really, really don't compare.
No.
Yeah.
I don't know. So, I mean, people...
I'm just tired of hearing her vaccine crap. Everybody knows that the flu shot isn't a vaccine. Not in traditional terms of a vaccine. It's not. I'm not going to buy her 2-second Google thing. I'm not letting us die. She gets back here on Monday. I'm going to kick her butt.
She actually, it scares me in a way. Now I start seeing, posts on Facebook, and I'm like, she's going to come in fire and hot that this is all true, and I can't handle it. That's why sometimes I have to nip in the bud and be like, yeah, no, we're not going to do that. So.
She scares you?
Well, there's some of the conspiracy theories that she just has,
Well, that's why we love her.
That's exactly. Keeps us on our toes.
Yeah.
So earlier this morning, the guys down the hall had their celebrity Pinewood Derby.
Yeah. You tried to say that I would have got beat.
Well, first things first. I'll take you through all this. So as I was home last night after softball practice, got a new battery. Car's fine. It's not the alternator, T-Roy.
It was just the battery?
Yeah.
See?
Got a new battery.
I lead you down the right path.
Got something to eat. Hey, best wishes out there for... I would like you all to keep your thoughts and prayers of my dog, Rowdy.
What?
Well, after I got done getting a battery... I went shopping at Hy-Vee, and there was like this. I was like, "Look at that! A bucket of fried chicken for like $5.99."
Uh-oh.
Yeah, threw it away. He got in the garbage this morning.
Yeah.
And right on top of it was chicken bones.
Yep, dogs and chicken bones.
That's not good.
Don't add up.
Thoughts and prayers for him. Hopefully everything goes through his system okay. Gave him some bread to try to coat it. Talked to a vet. They just said keep an eye on what's going on. So thoughts and prayers out there, Rowdy. Anyway,
he'll be fine.
Huh?
He'll be all right. He's tough.
Yeah. So then I was like, okay, I need to set the odds because I kept saying I'm going to set the odds. I'm going to set the odds. And I was like, you know what?
You poo-pooed your own thing.
I'm going to relax and not do this. You know, it's going to take me. I had to watch MTV The Challenge still. I was like, I'll do it during the challenge. And I couldn't get myself lift up with the computer. I was like, it's not that big of a deal. But I woke up this morning bright and early, about 6:30. And I was like, I'm still going to write this quick. Make these odds. Who knows we're going to like it. I didn't realize it was going to go over so well. I didn't realize the guys that were competing actually were like, hey, there's odds at ESPN about what's going on here. I set Anger at the favorite.
Yeah.
I had Bill Michaels up there pretty high. I had Jake Gervais at minus 105. I had majority of the people were always plus. The guy who got third was actually plus 250.
Who was third?
Tim Dwight.
He showed up, huh?
Yeah, actually, it was in the little thing. Why he's 250 is that he's got a history of scratching.
He probably wasn't very happy with you.
We didn't talk, so
he didn't talk to him.
No, I didn't talk to him. He didn't talk to me.
Well,
we don't. It's fine. There's
still bulldog hatred.
Yeah, well,
for you with him.
So they did, and then little did I know, as I'm driving here because I'm going to be here on time. You know, I hear that they're doing this. And I post it on there. I tag everybody. I do it on Twitter, all that stuff. And it's nice. And the guys actually talked about it a little bit on the air, you know, who was favored, who was this and that. And then I'm driving, and then I hear that they have heats, which I understood. But as a bookmaker, I need to know the heats. This is my integrity here.
Yeah.
That's not fair. I mean, the favorites were like Anger, Manders, Rollins were some of the favorites. All three of those were in one heat.
Yeah.
That's not right.
That's how I lost my thing because I was in the way they ran it. I was in the heat.
Yeah.
And I should have made it out of
Klinger's
that
busy
heat.
running around. I'm busy driving. I shouldn't be texting and driving, but for some reason, I'm getting upset that I wasn't made aware of what these heat are.
This fake thing that no one's betting on.
I'm not kidding you. I'm getting upset about this thing, and I'm like, this is the whole thing's. I'm like texting. I'm like, this whole thing is compromised if I didn't know the heats, like my entire thing. And I'm like, what am I doing?
Do you really think someone that was taking your odds?
Virtual dollars on a virtual race in a virtual account. No, no one's taking anything. They were going to hold you
accountable. Way to go, Foster.
I felt like it.
Lost money because of you.
I just feel like.
I'm just telling you right now, if I hadn't dropped this.
We're not getting to that point
and the
yet.
tires hadn't broken.
We're not even getting to that, all right?
I'm getting to it.
So, and then AC, Pat. Who else was in his heat?
They were all here?
AC Earl was not here. He had a car. Tavian Banks was not here. He had a car. Steve Manners had a car. Seth Rollins had a car. He wasn't here. But Pat Anger was here. Pat Miletich was here. Michael Nunn was here. Tim Dwight was here. Anyone else? Steve Manders was here. Tim won his heat. Tavian was in that heat. AC Earl was in that heat. Tim Dwight won that heat. Pat Anger won his heat. And then the other one, Jake Gervais, won his heat. And then it was down to those final three. And Jake won. Gervais won. It went 1-2. Jake got first. Pat got second. And Tim got third. And then the guys down the hall ran theirs. And Bill made a Mach 5 from Speed Racer. It looked cool. He put time into his. I had him as a favorite. My predicted order of finish was Steve Manders, Bill Michaels, and Pat Anger. But I can't work out that way because of the heat. Because I'm not privy to this information that I need to know, T-Roy. So the Bill's wasn't very good. It didn't go very far. So Jake Gervais won. Then they weighed him afterwards, and Jake was 5.1 ounces. And then they're all losing their minds, like he cheated, because that can't be more than 5 ounces.
Yeah, he lost. Then he cheated. He can't win.
Yeah, and then he blamed it on Bill and said, like you said, around 5 ounces. So then he's trying to like saw off like a little bit of a weight and everything.
You see that? That's all weighted in. This is the 5 ounces. Yeah, you weigh him before the race too, not after the race. This isn't NASCAR, you dummies. Like if you guys are gonna do something, all right.
I'm just saying,
do it right.
Julian brought his in from when he was a Boy Scout. It didn't do very well.
Well, was his a champion though prior to that?
I don't know.
See, all I need is the new tires.
So you have that car. You're going to deliver to me to bring to this race, and you dropped it last night.
Yes, it dropped as I was spinning the tires, and I did something, and I don't know what I did, Jay, but it fell, and so this side here landed on the ground like that, and I was like, oh no, and I thought I heard something like ting away as I picked it up, and I'm looking at it, and I'm like, maybe it was a piece of the wood on the edge, but that's going to throw the weight off. So I'm getting all nervous, right? Thinking that the weight's off or that a piece of weight fell out. So as I'm spinning the tires, like this side never got affected. Still roll like the Dickens. Look at them.
Yeah.
Just go, right? And then I'm over on this side. I'm like, wait a minute. Why is that all wobbly? That's awful wobbly. And then I started looking around, and then there it is on the inside. Shattered off. And that'll make the wheel wobbly. So I got to replace these two. See, and then the other thing too is they come loose sometimes in the back, like that moves. See, so we had to glue ours in on the front. So when I replace this, I'll have to glue it back in and then glue these back in. But this is still a championship car. I haven't been beaten by anybody.
It went over very well. They did a good job. They borrowed our Sling studio. They made it live. You can go back and go on Dwyer Michaels' Facebook page to watch the whole thing. They did a really good job. It was a good turnout.
But you got to weigh them, Jay. They're right.
Everybody was like
5.1 ounces.
Everyone was already talking about next year. Everybody was.
See that? It's all about the weight, where the weight's placed, and aerodynamics. I'll have this car up and ready to go. And I need a Boy Scout or a Cub Scout. I need to get new wheels.
You just need to build a new car.
No. I'm not. You can't rebuild this. This is a masterpiece.
Just shelve it.
No, that is a beautiful thing, Jay.
It is. I would like to know why the number 35 is on there.
I have no idea.
There's got to be a story behind it.
I have to ask my dad, and I guarantee he doesn't remember.
No, he doesn't remember. There's no way he remembers.
But he did that freehand, that 35, painted that free. The old man's an artist, dude. Remember, he saw his art.
I saw that, yeah.
He's an award-winning artist, too.
Yeah, that's right.
So, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, Dad did that whole paint job by hand, Jay. I mean, that's pretty solid. Look at it, even down under. Rear end. Front end.
I do yourself a favor and pull up these cars. Go to their Facebook page and or whatever on twodorks.com.
It doesn't matter how fancy they look.
But I mean, their cars. It's pretty impressive the way these cars are, the ones they make. I don't know who they paid to build these cars for them, but
well, it wasn't Ray Gutnick, and he's a car designer.
Yeah. So
unless it's Johnny Fever, then sorry, guys.
It's just that it's odd, that little bit of just competition, how it brightens up your day and what we need. This weekend, Tiger Woods and Peyton Manning are facing off against Phil Mickelson and Tom Brady. That'll be Sunday. It's called The Match, Champions for Charity. It'll be on at 2 o'clock our time on TBS and TNT. Right now, if you look at it, Tiger is 179th in PGA Tour ranking for strokes gained. Phil is 132nd PGA Tour for strokes gained. I'm going to ask you a question. Don't get upset here with me.
Okay.
As far as like the handicap, if we're doing tail of the tape, Manning is a 6.4, Brady is an 8.1. What does that mean?
Handicap?
Yeah.
Well, it means that for 18 holes, Manning would get 6.4 strokes, so you'd make him a 6 handicap.
So does that mean he shoots about 78? No?
Would depend on the course. If it's a par 72, he shoots anywhere from 78 to 80. But what would happen then? So he gets 6 strokes because you'd round to the nearest number, right? So the 6 strokes he would get would be on the 6 toughest holes. You follow what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So give me the Hidden Hills card. Let me show you.
Yeah.
You got the Hidden Hills scorecard?
Yeah.
So that I can explain it to you?
This golf tutorial Golf for Dummies is brought to you by our friends from Hidden Hills.
All right, yeah.
This is really interesting. I'm sorry about this on radio if you guys love golf and you know everything about it, but guess what? I don't. You're going to follow along with me.
All right, so the toughest hole, handicap-wise,
Sure.
out at Hidden Hills, is hole number 4.
All right.
It's a 1 handicap. So Peyton would get a stroke there.
So if he shot a 5, he gets a 4?
Correct.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
Now, and that's a par 5 as well. The
Yeah,
second
look at me.
toughest
He parred it
hole out there is 18.
Uh-huh.
So that's at a 2 handicap.
Whoa. Wouldn't that be harder if it's a 2?
No. All right, listen, Jay.
Yeah, okay.
Each hole,
You sound frustrated.
each
You're
hole.
a very good teacher.
But you're not listening.
I'm not. Okay.
All right. Each hole is ranked 1 through 18 for handicap.
Oh, gotcha. So that's why the second one's number 2.
Second hardest
So the
is 2.
third oldest one's going to be a 3.
Yeah, the third hardest hole, handicap 3, is
Okay.
hole 1. Handicap 2 is 18. Handicap 4 is 13. 5 is 7.
Yeah, I'm with you now.
6.
So
all right,
he
all right.
gets- so the 6.
So he would get up to the 6. He would get a stroke on those, and then Brady, you said he's an 8.1.
That's right.
So he would get up to 8 holes handicapped.
Okay.
But those are the holes he would get handicapped on by. They're not going to say, well, Brady, you could use your 8 strokes wherever you want.
Mm-hmm.
You got to use them on these holes.
Gotcha.
That's how it works.
Woods and Manning are minus 195 to win. But
Well,
Mickelson
Manning's
has
a better-
beaten Woods in the previous showdown.
Oh, just one previous showdown.
Well, you want it, though.
Yeah, I wouldn't worry about it.
Other tail of the tape. If you go to cbssports.com, you can actually see that Phil's got a pretty good throwing arm.
He does?
Yeah. Tail of the tape championship-wise, Tiger's got 15 majors to Phil's 5. Manning's got 2 Super Bowls to Brady's 6. I wonder if they're going to be mic'd up. I'm assuming they will be, right?
Oh,
I'd like to hear
of course
some.
they
I'd like to
will.
hear some trash talk.
Well, definitely will be trash talk.
Are you going to be tuning in on this?
What day is it?
Sunday at 2 on TBS and TNT.
Well, it'll be on the TV at Pints, Jay. So yes, we will be.
Gotcha. Yeah, that'll be on. We got to talk about it. Yeah, because we're going to do some.
We're gonna do some curbside appeal. Mm-hmm. And then after that, Pints won't open again until Thursday.
Hey, another question for you. What would my handicap be? Do I just get all 18? A stroke every hole?
Well, sometimes it would be like your handicap would be more like a 30. So then it would go back and you would get 2 on some holes because you're that pathetic.
Probably 2 all the way up to the 13th toughest hole.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Or whatever it would work, yeah.
So basically, I would
You
get
would
a
basically
get a 6.
Or you would get 1 on every hole. Let's just say 1 on every hole through 18. And then after that, it would start back over. Let's just say you were a 30 handicap. And then the next 12 holes, you would get another, yeah.
Is that normal to be a 30 handicap?
For someone that doesn't play? Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, Jay, let's think about it. If you really played an 18-hole round of golf,
Yeah. Don't you stop at 8, or is that just miniature golf?
let's just say you have to stop at 8.
Uh-huh. Let's just cap it off. Every hole's at 8.
Let's just cap everything. You can't go higher than 8.
Uh-huh.
What are you doing?
I do 8 times 18.
Okay. I mean, you're being honest with
Yeah.
yourself.
144?
Well, let's see. It'd be 80 plus 64. So 144.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you are then roughly 72 over
I
par.
think I'd pull off a 7 or 6 here and there.
I think you would. I think you'd surprise yourself on the par 3s. But I'll get it. I'll bet if you golfed around, you probably golf like a 120, 126.
I don't know. Every once in a while, now that we're talking about it, it's going to catch up on my phone or whatever. Now there's going to be ads on Facebook about how to perfect your swing. Order this gadget.
See, but I think you can hit a baseball.
Mm-hmm.
You can hit a softball. I can train you to hit a golf ball.
Very well, I feel like.
Yeah, I can train you to hit a golf ball.
It just doesn't go where I want it to.
But it's just a matter of holding the club different. If I told you this is how you do a lay down bunt and you keep trying to do it another way, Jay, do it this way, you would learn how to do it the other way.
Fair.
It's not. It took me a while too. It's not the. Trust me, it sucks. It's hard.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I used to be terrible, and I still suck. But I used to be terrible, and I'd still go out and play because every now and then I hit one good shot. I'd be like, how did I do that?
Also this weekend, racing's back at Charlotte Motor Speedway this weekend with the Coca-Cola 600. And here's the top 5 with their odds right now. Kyle Busch is 4-1. Martin Truex Jr. 9-2. Denny Hamlin 11-1. Kevin Harvick 11-2. And Brad Keselowski 8-1. There's also pro bull riding Saturday on the CBS Sports Network. So we got that. Oh, and then before we go to break, did I tell you I tried to watch Rise of Skywalker, but I fell asleep?
Oh, boy.
Well,
You got the house to yourself, and you're watching Rise of Skywalker, huh?
well, it was late. I had watched The Challenge. I had watched Joker. It was late.
You know what we watched last night and I fell asleep?
What?
On the Basis of Sex.
Oh, Ruth Bader Ginsburg.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's okay.
It was very compelling. I was liking it, and then I started falling asleep. I was very tired.
Mm-hmm.
We were up so early, and I never sleep well at my dad's house.
I knew the outcome.
Well, I did too. She
Yeah.
becomes a Supreme Court justice. But it's neat. The story's neat.
I watched it. Yeah, I watched it. I was like, oh, this would be fun for my daughter to watch. She left within 30 minutes, and then I can.
So as we were watching it together, I go to Amy. I go, yeah. I go, she's how's she doing, by the way? Because she's had bad health.
Mm-hmm.
So she's 87 years old.
Real quick, Aldon Smith, the talented but controversial defensive end who was suspended by the NFL since 2015, was reinstated on Wednesday. He signed a 1-year deal last month with the Cowboys, could earn up to $4 million this year. U.S. Soccer's chief legal officer, Lydia Walke, resigned Thursday in wake of the controversial filing from March that was part of an ongoing equal pay lawsuit brought to by the U.S. women's national team. Major League Baseball is hoping to use saliva testing as part of its bid to save the 2020 season. Opposing the invasive nasal swab, saliva tests can be easily performed for thousands of people on a regular basis with MLB's ready-made lab in Utah, that's currently they use it for PED testing, is prepared to take on the task. And finally, R.I.P. Jerry Sloan, longtime jazz coach.
I know. Tied to Parkinson's, man. I did not realize.
I didn't know that either.
All the work that all the stuff that Amy and I have done for Parkinson's research and just very odd.
Yeah, is it weird that every time someone passes away, I don't want it to say, I'm worried that it's going to say coronavirus? I mean, it is weird, but I mean, I didn't know he had that. I didn't know there was difficulties or anything, but heck of a coach. He's one of those names that if you say Utah Jazz, he's one of those names that come up. He'd be on the Utah Jazz Mount Rushmore.
Right.
Yeah. Well, all right, let's take a break. We'll be right back. ESPN and Don't Hassle So Local. You got time to read that over there, or your thumbs?
Help me out. You do something quick.
Okay, I can do that.
I'm sorry. This is for business. I wouldn't do this to you.
It's all right. It's quite all right. Just Doors QC is a proud sponsor of Don't Hassle So Local, and just like the Quad City's only local sports talk radio show, Just Doors QC is locally owned. Just Doors QC specializes in interior and exterior millwork like doors, trim, baseboards, crown molding, and so much more. Whether you need to replace a front door or closet door, Just Doors is the right call. Get a hold of Paul Shelley at 309-657-8541 to get started to help you change your home into your dream home. Paul brings an air of professionalism to every opportunity he's offered, big and small, and he will treat your home as if it were his own. Go to their Facebook page, Just Doors QC, and read the numerous reviews and browse their incredible before and after pictures. While you're there, don't forget to like and follow their page. Start improving your living area by calling Paul at 309-657-8541 today. And don't forget that they're having a spring storm door insulation special running now through June 21st. $200.
I saw Paul shining up his work car today.
Oh, yeah?
He didn't see me.
He didn't see you? Why didn't you honk?
Well, I was on the phone.
The $200 is an install-only. Customer provides the door. So if you got a spring storm door that you need installed, go ahead and give them a call. 309-657-8541. We'll be right back. Don't Hassle So Local on ESPN 1170.
This is Bobby Metcalf from the Quad City Times, and you're listening to Don't Hassle Us, We're Local.
ESPN 1170 AM.
We will get our momentum back. Our business is back, our smiles back, ourselves back. Because that's what this community does. At First Midwest Bank, we want to thank our colleagues for doing everything they can to help our clients and our communities get through this. Because we are all in this together. And together, we will get our momentum back. First Midwest Bank. Visit firstmidwest.com. Member FDIC.
Renewal by Anderson.
In these challenging times, the security and safety of your home is more important than ever. And Renewal by Anderson is open and here to help you. Whether your windows and doors need to be replaced due to age, or your window and door needs are related to safety, security, or damage, we are here for you. We're offering virtual appointments, safe distance consultations, and more. Renewal by Anderson is practicing CDC guidelines to keep your family safe. Plus, we're offering flexible financing options catered to your needs during these uncertain times. No money down, no payments, no interest for 24 months. That's 2 full years. Right now, buy 2 windows or doors and get one 60% off. Text ZOOM to 96714 for more information. That's ZOOM to 96714, and remember, we're here to help.
Renewal by Anderson. We love our new windows.
Golick and Wingo.
To me, I think the thing that really sealed it, I'm just thinking of it from a player standpoint, and Michael Jordan even said that, we deserve the respect or the chance to carry this thing on. And it's not like coming to the end of that season, you start to see outside of Jordan, some of these other players are older. They are dealing with injuries. You don't know how long this run could go. But it was at the beginning of the season where Jerry Krause said, you can go effing 82-0 and it doesn't matter.
Correct.
You're gone. I mean, before that season even started, he ended the dynasty before their 6th championship. I think that, and I think rightfully so, would rub a lot of players, especially the GOAT, the wrong way.
Well, he tried to end it after the 5th championship.
Yeah.
I mean, it took Jerry Reinsdorf basically going back to Phil Jackson saying, what will it take to get this back for one last time? I mean, Jerry Krause was good to end it at 5.
Yeah, he was.
He didn't even want to try for 6.
Golick and Wingo. Mornings on the Quad City Sports Leader, ESPN 1170 AM.
With local Quad City businesses in mind, Vander Vending, the only locally owned vending company in the Quad Cities and surrounding area, would like to encourage you to support these local restaurants that are open for pickup or delivery or both. Alfano's Pizza in Rock Island, the Docks Inn in Silvis, Duck Creek Pancake House, State Street, Bettendorf. Please visit their websites and support your neighbors, the local restaurants in the Quad Cities. Brought to you by the only locally owned vending company in the Quad Cities and surrounding area, Vander Vending, located in Rock Island.
The Will Kane Show.
Joe Judge became head coach of the New York Giants. As I walked up today in the hallways, Mike A gave me that good to see you smile. It's more like a wince because Nuno was nearby. We weren't really worried about anger so much as hurt feelings.
It was an apologetic look, like you'd see when you know somebody's had a rough day, like, how you holding up, big guy? How you doing, champ?
Wait a minute. We're all about honesty here. No one's like that. We want to see each other miserable. Like, that's what everyone was hoping for, is that I would be miserable, because it would have just been great for the show, right? Like, I would have to produce this show, and on a Monday after Jason Garrett's just sitting here clapping away, and then I can't even speak.
And just out of curiosity, not for any personal interest of mine or Mike A's or Bubba's, how miserable are you?
The Will Kane Show, 2 till 5 on the Quad City Sports Leader, ESPN 1170 AM. Download the ESPN 1170 app today and listen to the Quad City's only local sports show from noon to 2. From anywhere in the world, we are the Quad City Sports Leader, ESPN 1170 AM.
All right, everybody, we're back here in the Hassle Castle, brought to you by Dunright Satellite and Dish. And this is your very own Don't Hassle Us, We're Local on ESPN AM 1170.
This is, I guess, something that kind of shocked me. I didn't think this would be such a big deal, but apparently they got a big pushback. And again, this is from CBSSports.com. Yesterday at CBSSports.com, Pete Prisco made a ranking of his top 100 players in the NFL right now. And people lost their minds over this list. So I want to see where you're at on this, okay?
Okay.
At number 1, he has Patrick Mahomes. All right.
Are he a list of what now?
This is the
Read it
top
down.
100 players in the NFL right now. They're just players. It can be any position.
And
This is his list.
And who is this guy?
Pete Prisco. He's an NFL guy for CBSSports.com. He's legit.
Okay.
Yeah. Not just rattling off crazy things.
All right. Go. Who's that one?
Patrick Mahomes.
Okay.
Number 2, Aaron Donald.
Okay.
3, Russell Wilson.
Okay.
4, Michael Thomas.
Okay.
5, Christian McCaffrey.
Okay.
6, Stephon Gilmore.
The safety?
Yes. That's...
From the Patriots.
Yeah, he was on the Patriots, went somewhere else, signed a big contract, was crap, and then came back. And then he had a great year last year, right? He did the Patriots doing Patriots things. Like letting someone go when they think to do whatever else and then scooping them back up. Stephon Gilmore.
Okay.
Number 7. Lamar Jackson.
Okay.
Number 8. Chandler Jones.
Who?
Chandler Jones.
The defensive end?
I get that, yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Number 9. Khalil Mack.
Okay.
And number 10. Aaron Rodgers.
All right. What? Give me the next 10.
That'll have to look up for you. I just
You just did the top 10.
Yeah, it will not take me long to give you that top 10 at all. So, I will give you more. Is there anything out there though that sticks out right away?
Yeah.
Okay, what's that?
Well, you already Gilmore. Gilmore stuck out. I mean, he's an all-star. He's a Pro Bowler.
Mm-hmm.
He's good. But he's either a cornerback or a safety. But isn't he a safety? I think he's a safety, right?
No, hold on.
Either way, Chandler Jones jumped out at me.
Cornerback.
He was the
league's defensive player of the year. He says he tied for the league lead in interceptions with 6. A linebacker, Chandler Jones, Arizona. 5 consecutive double-digit sack seasons.
He's an outside linebacker, right?
Yeah, he had 19 last season to finish a half sack from leading the league. He has 32 sacks the past 2 seasons, second to Aaron O'Donnell for the most of any player in the league. Now, you want the outside looking in?
Plays on Arizona. Give me outside looking in here.
Number 11, Drew Brees.
Okay.
Number 12.
Yeah.
Cameron Jordan, New Orleans Saints defensive end.
Okay.
15.5 sacks last season. He was the Saints' best defensive player. Number 13, Joey Bosa. Okay. Again, this isn't my list. This is Pete Prisco, CBSSports.com. But
he's a rookie, right?
Joey Bosa.
Okay.
No, Nick is the rookie. Joey's the older one.
All right.
Yeah. He had 11.5 sacks last season.
All right.
And number 14, Julio Jones.
Okay.
31, too. Number 15, Quentin Nelson.
Offensive lineman. First old lineman. Wow.
Number 16, TJ Watt. Outside linebacker, Pittsburgh Steelers.
Are you kidding me?
No, it's there. It says here in Pete Prisco's thing, he played so well last season that he is higher than brother JJ on this list. Watt had 14.5 sacks and 2 picks last season and was a force against the run. That's high. Number 17, Ezekiel Elliott.
Okay.
Number 18, George Kittle. 85 passes last year for 1,053 yards and 5 touchdowns. Number 19, Tom Brady. All right, let's pause here on Tom Brady. Little offensive help last year. We'll have more help this year. Is he on your radar for a fantasy football quarterback?
Yes.
You think so?
Yes.
Where is he list in the top fantasy football quarterbacks?
With that type of talent around him, 2.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa. 1's got to be Lamar, right? 2's got to be Patrick Mahomes. 3's Russell Wilson. 4. I thought maybe top 5, but not 2.
Here's my thought.
Okay.
I think Mahomes 1, Brady 2, Lamar 3.
And then Russell Wilson 4?
Russell doesn't translate to a lot of fantasy points.
He does.
Not like these guys will.
Quiet. That's the thing. He's
It's quiet.
Good.
He gets some yards, but he's. It's like, I don't know. These other ones are going to be throwing. I don't know. Like they get down and I don't know. Russell's never been a big fantasy target of mine. I'm sorry.
He's never been a big fantasy of mine, but then again, I always look back on the year and I go, oh, you know what he is? He's the guy that I'm 4 years late on that I finally draft. I do that all the time in baseball, and I do it in football too. And I'm like, oh yeah, that guy was good. And then I realized it was 2016.
Listen,
he was
Brady's
good.
numbers are going to look like when he had Moss.
Yeah, but he's also
he's got
42.
I don't care how old he is. He looks great.
Yeah, he's good looking. That doesn't mean
he's still getting the job done, Jay. For God's sakes, he's got Chris Godwin. He's got Michael Evans. He's got Gronk. He's gonna have O.J. Howard as well.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, or whatever they end up, whatever other tight end they keep, Cameron Brate. I mean, the other 2 were just fine before they got Gronk. And didn't they just pick up a running back? I think they just picked up a running back too. I thought they got somebody. Either way, he's going to be so fine in that offense. You realize what that dude did with Carson Palmer? You mean Carson Palmer?
Carson Palmer was a number 1 overall pick. He was a Heisman Trophy Award winner.
But he turned into junk, and he went to Arizona, and he was fantasy gold.
He was stuck in Cincinnati. He was gonna he
stuck
retired.
In Cincinnati. He would have been fine in Cincinnati.
He basically was gonna retire.
He got hurt.
Or Cincinnati. Yeah, that's the problem. But
he
can't
left.
say like Carson Palmer.
He retired so he could get out of Cincinnati. Palmer was not having the greatest.
Let's not call Palmer Steve Fuller here or anything like that. I'm
just saying, but Palmer wasn't what he used to be.
All right, you think the quarterback?
All right, Palmer's no Tom Brady.
That's of course, yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, can I at least agree that Brady's better than Palmer?
Sure.
All right,
you win.
And he's going to this offense that Arians is going to just. I mean, Arians went from 6 to midnight months ago, and he stayed right there.
Just buy Tampa Bay gear.
He had
just buy
the ED
Tampa Bay
doctor
gear
because they're worried about it, and they asked him if he took a pill, and he said, "No, I got Brady."
It's going to be a weird day when they're playing the Cowboys in the playoffs. If the Cowboys make the playoffs, when they have to play each other, it's going to be strange.
Well, I'm going to root for Dallas.
You're going to pace all over the place.
I'm going to be so mad.
Yeah.
I'm going to be so mad then. But right now, it's just intriguing as I'll get out.
Number 20 is Travis Kelce.
Okay. Oh, man.
Let's start looking at some things that maybe would be... Is there any names out there that you want me to look up that you think should be higher? You mentioned Chris Godwin's 29. Saquon is not. I'm still scrolling, guys. 35. That's not fair that his thing says he was limited 13 games last season because of injuries, which hurts his numbers. And then you sit there and you let Drew Brees be in the number 11 and say that he was out 5 games, it would have been better. That's not a fair. You can't do. I don't think that's fair.
Well,
to do that list.
I don't like where Brees is at on this list.
I'm just saying. I think Pete Prisco.
I really don't like
contradicts himself.
That's what I'm saying. I don't like where Brady is on this list either because technically This year coming up, Brady's going to be a lot better than last year. So for him to be top 20, I don't know. I mean, they got it done a lot with defense last year. You remember what we were looking at?
Yeah, Alvin Kamara was at 40. Tyreek Hill, 43. Dalvin Cook, 44. Mike Evans from Tampa Bay, 45. Dak Prescott, 46. Myles Garrett, 47. Devontae Adams, 48. This is a stacked 41 through 50.
I'm surprised there's not more O-linemen in there. I think...
well, Zach Martin was 50.
I was like, Zach Martin had
There's
to be,
more offensive linemen. If you want me to, I can scroll back down and tell you where O-linemen are.
I thought Zach Martin should be in there. There's the Travis Kelce, but the Kelce guy from the...
love you, O-linemen, but they just don't move the needle.
Eagles is good. Tyron Smith from Dallas is up there. You got... man, there's a couple nasty ones in Baltimore, too. O-linemen.
Let's see.
But Quentin Nelson being up there was huge, and there's some really good O-linemen in San Francisco as well.
In between the 50 and 60s, let's see if there's any names out there
they never get credit. I don't know. They never get credit, and they're making these
fun.
They're getting these holes, and these guys are just. I mean,
Deshaun Watson, 62.
Okay.
I
mean, being top 100 is pretty solid.
Derrick Henry, 69. Matt Ryan, 70. Welcome to the party, Matt.
I don't necessarily think Julio Jones is as high as he should be.
What's wrong with Matt Ryan?
Like, my thought is here, to be honest with you, like, he put a lot more value in sacks. Like, even Aaron Donald at number 2. I mean, yeah, does he impact games a little? Yeah, he does, but I saw him shut down a few times where he didn't matter. I mean, I guess you can say the same thing about some of the quarterbacks, but not consistently. I mean, I would throw some of these running backs. I'm trying to think. McCaffrey, I would definitely put Saquon a little bit higher than that.
I would put him higher.
I mean, even though he was injured. But, I mean, you had, obviously McCaffrey had an incredible year. Zeke's still really good.
Let's.
But you think about who's the running back out of Minnesota. I thought he had a good year. Dalvin Cook.
He's right there behind Alvin Kamara. All right. What do you feel about Dak and his turning down the contract offer?
I don't know.
5 years, $175 million.
I don't know what he thinks he's gonna get.
I think it's crazy.
I don't know who's in his ear. He seems like a smart kid, but I don't know.
Can we talk about money real quick in contracts before we go to break?
I don't care.
It's with a heavy heart that I restate what I retweeted and what I put today on Facebook earlier. Today is the last day for Adam Rosso at WHBF TV. This guy, who I honestly will tell you this, Randazzo's there, Vasco's there, Kidwell and Rosso, worked his rear end off. And really, if you really think about it, Kidwell, Rosso, Vasco were the first in the door for us. Without them, those three, we wouldn't be where we are today. Right. Okay? It took me going up to Kidwell at the fitness center just be like, "Hey, Jay Kidwell, can we have a show? I have a show.
Hey, your name's Jay. My name's Jay.
Yeah, would you like to?" And he's like, "Yeah, shoot me an email." I was like, "Really?" He's like, "Yeah." And he came on. He stopped. He paused. He goes, "This was a lot of fun. You know who you should have on your show? Dan Vasco, Adam Rosso." Right away. And then it led to Randazzo and everyone else. And thankfully, they all said yes. That's the coolest thing about him. But Rosso really brought something different, and so did Vasco to the show. Vasco's gone in California. Rosso's gone.
Carolina.
Carolina. Rosso's gone. It doesn't have anything to do with management, although they couldn't meet on certain things, right? They couldn't agree with things, contract-wise, whatever. I'm not saying that. We have a partnership with WHBF, so forgive me if anyone's listening and they get mad at us or whatever. It has nothing to do with management. It really, truly does come down to sales. And people not realizing what a talent they have in that building.
Yeah.
And pushing sales to be like, you've got to go out there and sponsor this. His Hawkeye headquarters was great. His reels were awesome. His ideas were fantastic. He came in here every Thursday and gave us something that we never expected, idea-wise.
Yeah.
With the whole Recklessly Speculating is because of him.
Yeah. He's an integral part of the show.
He's
And we're
leaving
gonna
at the
hopefully-
midnight hour.
Yeah.
Like, gone.
Where's he going? Do we know?
Home now to Minnesota, and then he's going to go somewhere else. But, I mean, he's leaving. I'm like, hey, when are you leaving? He's like, maybe tonight or tomorrow. I'm like, what? You coming on? He's like, maybe I'll call in. I'm busy today. Like, I'm like, I think I'm going to cry. I texted him. I go, I think I'm going to cry.
Don't be crying, Jay. Good God.
I'm upset because
Well,
what
I
you
am
need
too.
to
I'm
do
gonna
is
miss
like,
him.
what you need.
But we're not going to, listen, we're going to keep calling him. We're going to make him.
Of course.
We'll hunt him down and make him call
Whenever we can figure out Zoom. But what I'm saying is that, it's not, again, you know, when we talk about Major League Baseball and MLB, PA and everything, it's not just management, whatever else. There's people in between. The sales staff has to recognize that they have talent there.
Well, yeah.
It's Vasco, Rosso. I'm sorry. These guys are good. They're head and shoulders better than us.
Yes. Well, either way, at least we had the chance to meet them. At least the Quad Cities had a chance to.
Well, we're better off because of it.
Yeah, but and hopefully they're a little better off from him being around us. Maybe getting that different kind of perspective. I don't know.
And don't get me wrong. There's plenty of people that are still in this area. Like I said, Randazzo and Koss and Metcalf and Stockpile and everybody else.
Well, no, I don't like Stocking.
I love him.
Nah,
he's my favorite.
He's always trying to contradict me on that thing.
I tell you what, I can't wait.
Coming after you, Stocking.
I know he's going to be like umpiring games, but I can't wait till we get the call to do our first Sling Studio live
let
game.
me know where he's umpiring. I am going to come and heckle him.
I can't wait till we get the first call to do a Sling Studio game, a live game for one of the Macs, and he gets to call it with me.
Oh, I've been heckling
side by
the
side.
whole time.
I'm assuming. I'm listening. I'm talking to you, Saladino
Like,
at West.
Stocking, get new glasses.
Perfect spot is West High School softball field.
Yeah.
It's right behind the dish, high up above. We have our cameras there. Stockpile calling it, giving the stats. I do the color.
Stocking, speak up. I couldn't hear if that was a strike or a ball.
Stocking. How does that work? Would he be the play-by-play or the color guy?
Who, Stockpile?
Yeah.
I don't know. He's going to help us call it?
No,
I thought he was going to be an umpire.
No, if he's not, I said I know he's going to be an umpire. But if I said I can't wait till he has a day off or whatever else, or maybe he goes.
He's the color man because he's bringing in all the weird stats.
Okay, so I just say like hard ground ball to the shortstop.
And then he'll be something like,
out of first, that'll end the inning.
Let's just say it's a girls softball tournament, and he'll be
Exactly,
like, "Oh, that's Maggie Siff. She's been doing this. She's batted 300 for the last 4 years, with averaging 12 home runs a season and 92 RBIs. She's had 0 errors. That's not Stocking. That's it. That's what he do.
Yeah, I love it.
Other than he better quit contradicting me on these. If he's out there right now, he's in trouble. He keeps talking that I'm wrong about the Dolphins.
I know, and he doesn't like Tampa Bay either.
He's Stocking. I'm going to come after you, man.
He doesn't. He's on the Harrington's Pub Facebook comment.
He's crazy.
He doesn't like Tampa
That's
Bay
good
either.
Stocking. I'm going to tell you right now.
Yeah. I'm
gonna. You know what? I'm gonna go to the cleaners, and the next time he drops his stuff off, I'm gonna get all his Iowa State wardrobe stuff.
Let's
steal it.
Take our break. Let's come back. Let's reset. At 1 o'clock, we're going to talk to our friend Mark Ryan. He's down in Carolina. He had an interesting story. Got a guy who was part of the Pizzagate during the Michael Jordan flu game. So we're going to talk to him for a little bit and catch up with him. We haven't talked to him in a while, and originally we had it set up for like a Zoom, but technical difficulties, you know us, but we'll work through it. So we'll be right back after this at ESPN.
Mama tomato, daddy tomato, baby tomato. Baby tomato falls back.
Mhm.
Dad walks back, steps on, catch up.
Yeah.
Right.
It's Fox Force 5.
Fox Force 5.
Yeah, I got it.
All right, everybody. Van's Pizza and More is now open by the Plex at the corners of Middle and Forest Grove Roads. They have outstanding specials for that Van's Pizza you love right now during the COVID. A $5 burger basket, a $7 double burger basket, $5 for a personal pizza, $7 for a personal specialty, $9 for any medium, and $12 for any large. The new hours are 11 to 9 daily at Van's Pizza and More. All you got to do is call 563-232-1396. And right now, delivery is all day just for about the next week or so until they go into the regular non-COVID crisis. But once again, call that number, 563-232-1396. Delivery to all of Bettendorf and LeClaire. That's Van's Pizza and More, 5023 Competition Drive in Bettendorf.
You like that? You like that? Give me a hell yeah. I said give me a hell yeah.
This is WQAD's Matt Randazzo, and you're listening to Don't Hassle Us, We're Local on ESPN 93.5.
A hailstorm is never good news for your home, especially your roof. Recent ping pong to golf ball sized hail hit the Quad Cities. This type of hail can cause catastrophic damage to your home's exterior. Even new roofs can be affected. Don't wait. Call All Major Restoration today. A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau, All Major will walk you through the entire process, from filing an insurance claim through construction. Call the experts at All Major Restoration for your free storm damage inspection. 563-322-0060. Se habla español.
Escúchame, it is the Dan Le Batard Show on ESPN Radio.
There's a great prank that Zach Lowe reported about Michael Carter Williams. The Sixers arrived at the allegedly haunted Pfister Hotel in Milwaukee. Carter Williams arranged with hotel staff to enter the room of each rookie before they could. He removed a vent, he inserted a walkie-talkie, and he sealed the vent shut. Carter Williams, in his room on the other end of the walkie-talkie, whispered menacing threats and nursery rhymes. And he watched the rookies react through baby monitors that he had concealed around the room. Put it on the poll, Guillermo, at Le Batard Show, please. Scarier to hear in your haunted hotel. Menacing threats whispered or nursery rhymes?
The Dan Le Batard Show, 9 till noon on the Quad City Sports Leader, ESPN 1170 AM.
We will get our momentum back. Our businesses back, our smiles back, ourselves back. Because that's what this community does. At First Midwest Bank, we want to thank our colleagues for doing everything they can to help our clients and our communities get through this. Because we are all in this together. And together, we will get our momentum back. First Midwest Bank. Visit firstmidwest.com. Member FDIC.
This is the Will Kane Show.
Big-time NFL quarterbacks do have a good track record of coming out of programs so they're not surrounded by big-time first-round picks. But if you were asking, would you rather have a guy who had everything going for him, perfectly protected, whose receivers were constantly getting open, or a guy that was making do with less? You have to say I'd rather have the guy who was making do with less.
The Will Kane Show, 2 till 5 on the Quad City Sports Leader, ESPN 1170 AM.
Things are getting better and better. And as we return back to normal, Smart Automotive Group is here for you and all of your automotive needs. With our 6 smart locations, buying a new vehicle is convenient and hassle-free. Smart is also keeping your health and safety our top priority. And we'll be happy to deliver your vehicle to your home if needed. And because of never-before-offered incentives from car manufacturers, on top of Smart Automotive exclusive savings, right now is an exceptional time to shop Smart. We're offering 0% financing for up to 7 years, 0 payments for 90 days, 0 money down, and 0 cost maintenance for up to 2 years. Things are getting better, especially for car shoppers. Give us a call, visit us online or in person at the all-new Smart Automotive of Davenport, just south of North Park Mall and on 53rd and Eastern. Click smartautoqc.com.
On select new vehicles, $11.90 per 1,000 finance. Interest accrues from date of purchase with approved credit. Example number 114657. 2020 Hyundai Elantra. Selling price $19,399. $269 per month for 72 months at 0% APR financing with 0 rate signing. On select new vehicle purchases may not be combined with some offers. Smart Care does not apply to Smart Luxury. See dealer for complete details. Plus tax, title, and license and $180 doc fee. Ends 5/31/20.
Golick and Wingo for breakfast. Don't hassle us, we're local for lunch. Fill up on sports with a Quad City Sports Leader, ESPN 1170 AM.
All right, everybody, we're back here at the Hassle Castle, brought to you by Dunright Satellite and Dish, and this is Don't Hassle Us Local on AM 1170. We got a little friend on
right
screen.
Here. Yeah, he's right there.
Yeah,
basically.
A little down. Picture of our man Rosso.
Yeah, right there.
Say goodbye, if you will.
Look at this guy. Look at him. Oh, I just want to hug him.
He's so weird.
Can't believe it. I'm gonna have to now. I'm gonna have to actually well, it's not like I can go to a game, so I was gonna side with Major League Baseball owners to get this baseball going, so I can go to a Twins game with Rosso. But it's not like I can go to one, so I guess I'm just gonna go up to the Twin Cities and hang out with him, or make him visit me in the Twin Cities when I go there. So, all right. So in a few minutes, we're gonna call our friend Mark Ryan. He's down in Carolina as well. He's the host of Offsides down there at ESPN Upstate. And he does the post game for the Clemson Tigers and the Clemson Network. We just got a hold of him. I don't remember how I just got a hold of him, but one day I think he was telling a story one time and just said, "Hey, do you want to talk about this?" He said, "Yeah," and he's been good to us ever since. And so he had a guest on that was telling about the Pizzagate that happened with Michael Jordan. And I said, "Hey, well, you want to come on, talk, catch up, and everything?" He's obviously prepping for his show that starts at 2:00 our time, 3:00 theirs. But it'll be good to talk to him as well. So anyway, what are your plans this weekend? Because this is normally the summer kickoff party for Harrington's.
Yeah, we had to cancel Bobby Bunch. We are going to reschedule him for a week from Sunday. We know it's not a holiday Sunday, but we're still going to do him from like 4 to 7, I believe, outside if weather permits, and still kind of kick off the summer, if you will, with Bobby. So to keep that going. But for the weekend, I don't know. A lot of it just depends on what's going to happen. I hear tomorrow's going to be off and on rain. It's just been this week where it was supposed to be nice, but it wasn't nice. Oh, and all of a sudden the Nats are here. So, I mean, if we didn't have it bad enough, we're stuck inside. Now that we can go outside and thoroughly enjoy ourselves, we have to deal with these biting little sons of bucks. But anyway, I don't know, Jay. I'm hang out with you. Well, no, I got to stop complaining.
You want to hang out?
I don't know. Maybe. Let's go have some beers tonight.
I'm in. I do have a laundry list of things to do around the house.
Like what?
I wanted it to be like, I want them to come home immaculate. I don't know.
You all right?
I just figure I have the time and I'm not going out because places aren't open. You know?
You all right?
Yeah, I'm all right.
Sure.
I'm doing okay. I mean, yeah. Here's the thing.
You want to do that?
Yes, I'm so far behind. I'm so far behind in like podcasts and everything else.
Yeah.
Because the gym's being shut down and it's not the same at the Fit, and then the rain doesn't allow me to jog. That I was like, I'll just do work and I'll just listen to podcasts around the house.
All right.
I mean, it's not that I don't want to go out and have a beer with you or whatever else, but
Saturday we want to do something fun. But we just don't know what to do.
I know.
It's hard to be like, hey, where do you take... Yeah, what do we do? I don't know. We have some ideas, but there's nothing really good going yet. You know, it's not like everything is like...
It doesn't even feel like Memorial Day weekend. How's that?
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm getting
at. That's really the problem that's going on right now. It just... Nothing really feels... we're not gonna go down that hole or whatever else, but... like I said, it's came up quick. It's already, what, the 21st? 22nd. Geez, see? Yeah. You know what I'm going to... Well, it's my buddy's birthday tomorrow, but I'm not going to do too much there because he can't go anywhere. It's hard to mow the lawn because it rains, and this would be the time right now. It'll probably rain like as soon as I walk out of here today, so I won't be able to mow the lawn. That's about what happens.
Yeah. I hate the rain. It's worst.
It is a strange situation. All right, let's go ahead and give Mark a call. Hopefully we don't. I miss Metcalf too. We need.
Yeah, where's Bobby at? Shooting us down with something fun. I mean, you got to feel. I mean, him and Koss are like the two that really got hurt the worst of all our friends.
Well, they get to work on the Quincy Times Athlete of the Year, though.
Yeah, but that's.
I know.
I mean, compared to what they've been doing.
Hello.
Hey, Mark. Welcome to the show again, buddy. How you been?
Guys, it is great to be joining you again. How's it going?
Since we last talked, it sounds like you've come across some really cool stuff. Able to make the airways with Levitard is pretty darn cool. I mean, not as cool as us, but pretty close.
Yeah, man, that was crazy. That was really, really crazy. It was, like you wonder, do you have the ability to go viral if you send something out, right? And most days I feel like I don't. And then that day, this week, I learned that we do. I learned that ability is there. We sent out the tweets, And next thing we knew, ESPN had picked up on it, Fox Sports had picked up on it, and it just went. It was crazy, man. It was really fun, and you live for days like that in our business. They happen infrequently, but when they do, it's really, really fun. And maybe I'm fortunate to get a day like that maybe once a year.
Well, obviously the Last Dance was a huge national phenomenon. I think it would have been that way whether we had the COVID going on or not. But it certainly helped when everybody was at home for appointment television like that to really be a big part of our lives again. But I still think it's more of a testament towards the still popularity of Jordan and that. And obviously being where you live, huge roots in that area of the States for Michael. I mean, what was the feedback down there amongst your friends, family, and people you know?
The question is what was the feedback for the pizza stuff?
No. We'll get to that.
No, not the pizza, just the entire documentary.
Oh, it was fantastic. It was it's the best sports documentary I've ever seen.
I'm with you.
And the people in our area here, kind of guys feel the same way. Like they just, it was just what the doctor ordered. I'll tell you the thing that I thought was coolest about this is that, with the proliferation of media and viewing options today, we really don't all watch the same shows anymore. And like you think back to the 80s and so on and so forth. Everyone watched Dallas. Everybody watched Seinfeld. But around the turn of this next century, the 21st century, we all stopped watching the same shows. When I was a kid, everyone watched Beverly Hills 90210, Saved by the Bell. Everybody watched those shows. And with the current situation with the pandemic, I'm always talking about the opportunities. And even when, you have a situation that sucks, you grow from it, something good will happen from it. I thought it was so cool how we got back to that pre-21st century sense of community with literally everybody watching the same thing yet again. And that documentary was good enough to get us there.
Well, now then, moving on to the pizza part of it. Now, how did you get in contact with this guy? For those out there that don't know anything about the story, kind of walk us through it.
Yeah, so we had on the show the gentleman, Craig Fite, who made Michael Jordan's pizza the night before he was sick. And we have all called that game the flu game. Game 5 of the NBA Finals, 1997. Jordan and the Bulls won 98-96, and Michael Jordan looked like death the entire game. We learned in the Last Dance documentary last weekend that it was not actually flu, but the trainer said it was food poisoning. And they talked all about this pizza that they ate, and that there were 5 guys who delivered it, and they were really suspicious of it. So I just said, wait a minute. What? Like, who has 5 guys that deliver one pizza, right?
Right.
So I on Monday morning, I started calling around to different pizza parlors in Park City, Utah. I said, why not? Let's just look some of them up. Let's call them up. I got hung up on 3 times. People were not wanting to give away a lot of information in any way, shape, or form. A couple people were kind, and then I just said, none of these people are comfortable coming on the air. I got a host from Salt Lake City to come on the show with me, and in the evening time of that day, he was a great guest. Austin Staten was his name, and in the evening time, Austin sent me a direct message, and he said, Mark, you're not going to believe this. I've got a number for the guy that says he's the guy that made Michael Jordan's pizza. We had him on our show today. Are you at all interested in having him on? And I said, brother, you don't have to ask me that question. Okay? Yeah, I'm interested in having him on, but I'd like to call him first. I'd like to vet him myself. I'd really like to vet him myself. And so he, I talked to him for 15 minutes. The guy in Salt Lake City, Austin, told me, Mark, I really think this guy checks out. And then I talked to him and I said, he has way too many facts for this not to be accurate. and now I had a name, guys. So I'm still, I'm like, man, you kind of, when you come out with something like this, your reputation is kind of on the line, and everyone made such a big deal out of it. The tweet that I sent out about that now has been seen 500,000 times, and I was concerned. So the next morning, the morning of the interview, I again called parlors in Park City, Utah. I spoke to some of the same people that I spoke to previously, and two of them confirmed for me that Craig Fite is the guy that made the pizza. He's a bit of an urban legend in the area, that people in the area know that he's the guy that made the pizza, and he was a Bulls fan. And by that point, guys, I kind of felt like, man, this is as sure as I'm going to be that I have the guy. And it was cool. It was fun to kind of take off the sports radio host hat for a minute and put on the investigative reporter hat. I really thought it was great fun to kind of try to find that guy, like needle in a haystack. It was really cool.
Yeah, that's so awesome.
So you get him on the air, and for those who didn't see it, obviously most people have. What does he tell you about the pizza? What does he say? What's his story?
Yeah, he says, look, I made the pizza. I'm the assistant manager, and myself and one other part-time employee of the Park City Pizza Hut made the pizza. It was a thin crust, extra pepperoni pizza, and he said he insisted on making the pizza because he was a Bulls fan and a Jordan fan living in Utah, and he wouldn't let any of his Utah fan coworkers touch the pizza. So now let's juxtapose this against Jordan's trainer saying he got food poisoning by the pizza, or alleging such. Not only did that not happen, this guy was a Bulls fan and was overly protective of the pizza because he wouldn't let anybody else touch it. So they brought it to the Marriott in Park City, Utah. He said the smoke from Jordan's room, they had the windows open, was billowing outside. They could smell smoke all the way down the hallway. They passed a Bulls player in the lobby and were joking around with him that they didn't know that the pizza was for Michael until they got to the hotel. And then they got to the door, they opened the door, Michael Jordan was sitting there in a tank top, raised his hand, said hello. They gave him the pizza. They said it was $15, and they gave him 20 total. They said the room was incredibly smoky. So you know what my theory is, guys? Mm-hmm. A possibility that I have, if you look up carbon monoxide poisoning, cigarettes release carbon monoxide, cigars release a lot more. They had smoke billowing out of the room. Now, if you figure that Michael Jordan then closed the windows to go to sleep when everybody left, he still has a room full of smoke. That combined with altitude sickness in Utah, suddenly if you're not getting oxygen and you're at high altitude, that to me would explain something that mimicked the symptoms of food poisoning, that he woke up looking like death at 3 a.m. That makes sense to me. And it certainly wasn't the pizza. And my guy, Craig Fite, that made the pizza, I found him to be an incredibly nice and upstanding person.
It kills me that Michael Jordan would have to eat Pizza Hut pizza of all pizza.
Well, I'll tell you what. They think about where you are, okay? Mm-hmm. You're in Park City, Utah, all right? Now, the smaller the town you get, Park City, Utah is 39 minutes from Salt Lake. So they stayed away from Salt Lake City, which was smart. But in Park City, Utah, Utah is a really religious state.
Yeah.
The only options at that time were Pizza Hut and Domino's at 10:30 at night. Those were the only options available, and Pizza Hut got the phone call. So, I that made sense to me.
Yeah, I guess I would take Pizza Hut over Domino's.
Yeah, Mark, I'm with you with the cigar smoke, probably some adult beverages at a greasy pizza. Yeah. It's going to happen. And then, obviously, you heard the backstory that Jason Hare told later in a podcast that that the reason why he ate the whole pizza and no one else is because he spit on it. So.
Yeah. Like I heard that. Jason Heyer also said it was a seafood pizza, which Craig said was not correct. Think about this, guys. Where are you going to get a seafood pizza in Park City, Utah at 10:30 on a weeknight?
Well, who wants
It's not like Domino's and Pizza Hut has seafood pizza on the menu there.
Okay, there's a couple.
Well, and that's the other thing too. Like during this entire documentary, there's a few times that they bring up the things that Mike's eating, and it's like, wait a minute, he was eating what? Like diet-wise, there was times when Jordan was like, he wasn't eating the healthiest of foods. To just imagine if they would have known more about nutrition and the way that they do that now. Yeah, he trained incredibly hard, but it doesn't seem to me like the diet was something that they were focused on.
Not to say the least. You remember the parts of the documentary when Dennis Rodman is riding away on a motorcycle with an open beer in his hand?
Yeah. Running stop signs.
He's got an open beer in his hand. Then Jordan has to fly to Vegas to grab him out of Vegas. Carmen Electra, it sounds like she's naked, hiding behind a couch, and Jordan says, "I won't tell you what I saw in the room." Like, what does that mean? It probably means drugs, right? I'm assuming that means drugs.
Or more than one naked girl.
I think it's more than one naked girl because he was quite.
That's what I thought.
He was quite fine describing the hotel room in 1984.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
Here's why, when you say about the seafood pizza, Mark, why I disagree with what Jason Hare was saying. At that time in '97, I highly doubt there was a lot of wood fire grills and artisan pizza places, especially at a Pizza Hut, to making a seafood pizza. It's just some of the things are a little bit off, but it went from flu game to hangover game to now Pizzagate. So you're right, though. This amount of smoke in that room is enough to make you sick and ill.
Well, yeah, that was probably during the time of remember the Pizza Hut Pizza to Go ads? Pizza Hut Pizza to Go.
I don't know that.
Yeah, dude.
So I honestly, Mark, I can't remember how long ago we first talked to you, but how are you guys doing down there?
Guys, I appreciate you asking. We're hanging in there. We're doing okay. Things are opening back up. Just want people to continue to social distance, stay safe. It's unbelievable to me that wearing a mask has become a political thing. It helps to prevent disease. This is not a political thing. Let's be smart about this, okay? So I just want people to be smart. I want people to be safe. I understand why we're opening back up. People are really hurting. Mental health is an issue, and then just financially with everything everybody's going through. So I get it completely. We're doing okay. We are doing okay in this area. I'm still doing the show from home. I just want us all to stay safe, guys. That's all. Really, that's all.
Couple other questions before we let you go. I know you're busy. You have your show that's coming up at the top of the hour. Where do you stand on possibility of us having baseball this year?
Baseball's not going to happen. Not going to happen.
Yep.
Okay. I opened my show with that very statement yesterday, and that is not a factual statement. That is my opinion.
I'm with you.
I don't. I'm gonna say fact, but I'm with you 100%. I don't see.
I could care less too. That's my thought on it. I'm so tired of my entire adult life, or even my childhood, dealing with these owners and players arguing constantly. It is of all the major sports, it's the worst.
Yeah, here's the thing. I had every single baseball card growing up, and it was my sport. And then the arrogance of baseball and them not getting with the times and not giving us fewer games and not giving us quicker games and the analytics taking out some of the most fun elements of the sport. The stolen base is not a part of baseball anymore. To me, this is how I've said it to my audience, guys. I've said baseball right now is on its third strike. The pitch is on the way. I'm beginning to swing the bat, and if that ball hits the catcher's mitt, I'm done. And if you're telling me it's not that they have to play or I'm done, but if they end up not playing because of greed and because they can't come to terms on money, the hell with you. Get out of my life. Really, get out of my life right now. Blake Snell, the idiot Cy Young pitcher of the Tampa Bay Rays, where I'm from, my neck of the woods, says that it's worth his time to play for $7 million, but it's not worth his time to play for $3 million. Do you have any idea how tone deaf that is with people who have no money coming in right now?
That's exactly what I said.
It is. I'm beside myself against that league right now, and just not understanding where they're coming from, where they're at. And then you look at the other leagues. The NFL has been ahead of the curve on this the whole time. College football's coming together, opening facilities now in the SEC June 8th. Mm-hmm. Everybody's on board with it. And the NBA, you have a collection, a fraternity of 25 of the best star players in the game today that have formed a consensus and got the message to Adam Silver, we're in, let's figure this out, let's go. And then you talk to dignitaries around baseball, and what do you hear? Well, one executive says he's 100% sure we're going to have a season. Another executive says he's 100% sure we're not. Mike Trout doesn't want to play because his wife is pregnant. Blake Snell, it's not worth the time. Those guys, these guys are all over the place. They do not have a consensus. They do not have leadership. And if they do not have a season because they can't agree on money, I'm done. I'm done. Forget it. You have no place on my show anymore.
Hold
Mark,
on a second, T. Roy. I want to talk to Mark. I understand your point as a fan and everything else, but you do have to understand the Major League Baseball, and I don't want to take up too much more of your time, but the Major League Baseball Players Association are not going to agree to what a salary cap is, and that's what a 50-50 revenue split is.
Okay, yeah, but this is not a traditional time. You know what I'm saying?
Mark?
This is yeah.
They're going to, then the owners will turn around and point to this time and say, look at whatever else happened during this and use it as future bargaining. You're watching the end. You're watching what's going to happen is you're going to see universal DH after this. There's so many rule changes that are going to happen because it's called the new normal. And you can't agree to a 50-50 revenue as a players association.
Look, you agree to something for the year 2020 alone. If you're the MLBPA, you make it abundantly clear, I am agreeing to this for the current time because for the people, we've got to get back out there and we've got to play. If you're telling us it's not safe enough to do that, then fine. I accept that. But baseball would seem to be one of the most safe sports out there in terms of social distancing.
Yes.
Very rarely are you right next to people while you are playing the game. In the dugout, yes. During the game itself, no. And so, look, you agree to the terms. Everybody agrees to the terms for a 3-month 2020 season, and then you renegotiate for next year. But you must agree to it now. To not agree to it now and to have greed and Blake Snell, it's worth it for $7 million, not worth it for $3 million. This is where you lose people forever. And baseball better be very careful because they're on really thin ice right now.
They agreed to it in March when they agreed to a prorated salary. The Players Association did. The owners are the ones that are reneging on the agreement.
Because the situation has changed, obviously. I mean, this is obviously a very different situation. We live in a very different world than we did just 2 months ago. You've got to. Why is it that Major League Baseball can't figure this out? Look, I'm not saying the owners are innocent here. I'm not only blaming the players. Mm-hmm. I'm saying to both of you, collection of idiots, get together and figure it out.
Agreed.
There's no reason why every other sport can do it and you can't. Okay, so I'm not absolving the ownership from blame. I'm sure as hell not absolving the players from blame. But everybody else can figure it out, but you.
Yeah.
I mean, you'll lose me. You'll lose me for the rest of my life if you do that. For the rest of my life.
And that's kind of like Jay and I. Sorry.
I will break up with you. I will divorce you forever.
Well, that's where Jay and I have been back and forth with this. And like I said, I'm just to the point where, listen, you're both going to lose money. Figure it out. Exactly that. I don't care. If you signed a deal, whatever deal you signed for 2020, figure it out. Just play it.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I don't care, and I don't need to come back.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Mark, I feel like we could talk to you for hours, but I know you have a show to prep for, and I want you to know we really appreciate your time and talking to us about your story. And unfortunately, we're still trying to figure out how to make a Zoom thing work also on our Facebook Live, or else we'd love to have you in front of us that you could see our reactions and everything else. But thank you so much for your time, and you take care down there in Carolina.
Hey, guys, all the best. Always enjoy coming on with you. Thank you very much for having me, and you guys please stay safe, all right?
You too,
hi
my
to
friend.
Old boss Ryan, hi to my old boss Ryan up there for me.
Yes,
right?
I will.
All right, we will,
talk
sir.
to him. All right, take care, my friend. Yep.
Bye-bye.
Bye. All right, that's Mark Ryan from Upstate ESPN. You guys can follow him on Twitter at Mark Ryan. I'm going to make sure I get this right.
I think he's at Mark Ryan, ESPN.
At Mark Ryan on air. MARC Ryan, RYAN on air. And then he's also at ESPN Upstate. And he does a post game for Clemson as well. He's great. He's obviously opinionated. I love it.
No, the thing is, right before I quit Twitter, I got him and Vasco connected.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's cool.
I introduced each other on Twitter and said, hey, friend of the show.
You guys should talk to each other?
Yeah.
Oh, that's really neat.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah, they're in the same town.
Are they really?
Yeah.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah.
I thought I was going to be that guy, be like, oh, so you just feel like Carolina, everyone just knows each other or whatever else?
No,
Because when you meet someone from out of state and they're like, oh, you're from Iowa? I know such and such. You know them? You're like, no, I don't know everybody.
Yeah, it's like my dad.
And they're in the same city?
My dad meets anybody from Texas. Do you know Ruben Arce?
Yeah.
Dad, Jesus, come on.
Now we got to go to Carolina. We got to go visit Mark and Vasco.
See?
Oh,
Nothing
man.
wrong with that.
All right, let's take a quick break. Be back, ESPN 1170 AM. Don't hassle us, we're local.
All right, Quad Cities restaurants are up and running, and so are our friends at Front Street Brewery. They are the oldest brew pub in Iowa, and they're nestled right along the bank of the mighty Mississippi, serving Davenport since 1992, with all those great beers like the Davenport Gold, the Wise Guy, the Raging River, and everyone's favorite, the Cherry Bomb Blonde. Check out the Facebook page for what they have going on with food and drink specials or any sort of events, or visit the webpage at www.frontstreetbrew.com. Don't forget the restaurant is located at 208 East Road Drive, and the tap room is in the Freight House Complex. So please stop down this holiday week and enjoy some drinks and some food from our friends at Front Street Brewery.
You like that? You like that? Give me a hell yeah. I said give me a hell yeah.
This is Matt Koss of the Quad City Times, and you are listening to Don't Hassle Us, We're Local.
ESPN 1170 AM.
Is your kitchen or bathroom embarrassing? You need them redone. But do you know a contractor that you could trust? You need an all-star. You need to call Mike at All-Star Home Services. Mike and his team have been transforming kitchens and bathrooms for over 15 years. Call today for $500 off your complete kitchen or bath project. Plus, with financing available, get your kitchen or bath done today for one low monthly payment. Call 563-299-3786 or at all-starhomeservices.com.
Escúchame, it is Dan Le Batard on ESPN Radio.
Brooks Koepka put up a picture yesterday of a steak with asparagus. And then Christian Smith sees this photograph and says, meanwhile, people can't make their bills, but it's so nice you have an expensive dinner. Christian Smith doubles down with tone deaf. And Brooks Koepka comes back at him with, what have you done to help, big guy? And then here's the third person entering the mix. Scott Van Pelt makes an appearance and says, the guy is having a steak. You're really doing this? Why are people like this? It's such a good question. Why are people like this? Guillermo put it on the poll at Le Batard Show. Why are people like this? Yes or no?
I think it's the asparagus. I mean,
The Dan Le Batard Show, 9 till noon on the Quad City Sports Leader, ESPN 1170 AM.
We will get our momentum back. Our business is back, our smiles back, ourselves back. Because that's what this community does. At First Midwest Bank, we want to thank our colleagues for doing everything they can to help our clients and our communities get through this. Because we are all in this together. And together, we will get our momentum back. First Midwest Bank. Visit firstmidwest.com. Member FDIC.
We are the boy band. Your tween made you see. We are the boy band. It's Painful Concert number 3. We are the boy band. We're 5 and 19. We are the boy band. Always singing on key.
You love your kids enough to take them to see their favorite band. Love them enough to make sure they're buckled up in the back seat. Show them you love them. Keep them safe. Visit nhtsa.gov/the right seat. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
When booking your next tee time, hitting a bucket of balls, or looking for a quick bite to eat, make Palmer Hills Golf Course and Grill in Bettendorf your first choice. 18 rolling hills that challenge the beginner up to the avid player, like the newly designed and challenging Hole 13. Visit Palmer Hills' fully stocked pro shop for clubs, clothing, or anything golf. After your round, relax in the Palmer Hills Grill, featuring daily lunch specials. Make your reservation today at Palmer Hills Golf Course. Visit PalmerHillsGolf.com or download the free Palmer Hills app. Tee it up today.
It's 4 a.m. and you're sucking baby snot through a tube because she's congested. If you love her that much, love her enough to make sure she's buckled in the right car seat. Find out more at nhtsa.gov/the right seat. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
Car old? Need it sold? Get rid of that old car and do a good deed at the same time. It's the Arrowhead Ranch Annual Auto Auction coming soon to Coal Valley. That's right, it's back. Donate your car, truck, SUV, or motorcycle, and if you live within 40 miles of Coal Valley, they will even pick it up, even if it doesn't run. All donations are tax deductible. Call 309-799-7044 or visit them online at arrowheadyouth.org. Car old? Need it sold? Arrowhead Ranch Annual Auto Auction. Stay tuned for an auction date in Coal Valley.
From the Sheedy Family Chiropractic Studios, this is the Quad City Sports Leader, ESPN 1170 AM, KPOB, Davenport.
All right, everybody. We are back here in the Hassle Castle, brought to you by Dunright Satellite and Dish. And you know it, this is Don't Hassle So Local on ESPN AM 1170.
Yeah, I want to thank Mark Ryan for calling in. That was a lot of fun. I really feel like I could have gone probably 45 minutes arguing with him about this whole thing. and same, he's very passionate about it. I kind of want to like call BS on. I liked his analogy. You're on your third strike. The pitch is coming in. I'm swinging. If that hits the catcher's mitt, I'm done. I want to call BS and be like, I don't think you are. But
I'm with him, dude. Jay, I really am.
The only other thing that there is like some conflicting stories that it wasn't a Pizza Hut out there. But I don't want to get too.
All right, but going back to the baseball thing.
Yeah.
And as a lifelong fan, the Cubs have finally won the World Series.
Okay.
I've seen it all. I'm fine.
No.
Yeah, I am fine. What else is going to happen that's going to make me happy in baseball?
Like a Game 7 walk-off or
For who?
a perfect game, Game 1.
No.
There's so many things out there. Yes, there is.
But I've seen those things. I've seen the walk-offs.
No.
I mean, as a baseball
you
fan.
haven't seen a perfect game. You haven't seen a no-hitter in a World Series.
Well, I've seen videos of it.
Yeah, but you've seen the walk. You've seen the Joe Carter walk.
I've seen Joe. As a fan of watching any of the baseball, like my entire life, I don't think I've missed very many World Series.
For the cycle in a game, there's too many things out there.
That doesn't. I don't
Then
need
it. I don't get it because.
But I don't need it now.
You text me and you say MLB Network, Angels versus Rangers, doesn't matter. Whatever else, throwing a no hitter. I'm like, oh, I'm in. I will freeze and watch that game. I won't move. I'll tell. I mean, around my house, it is. He's throwing a no. I'm not going anywhere right now.
Well, that's what baseball's done to me. Maybe 30 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying, I've lost my interest. I'm with him. I'm just being honest with you.
I get it.
I've lost my interest in the NBA as well.
Sit there and say
there was a time when here. Think about this too, Jay. Mm-hmm. I'm not saying it can't come back, but I'm going to tell you like this. For the majority of the 80s, I lost my interest in the NFL and what happened in the majority of the 80s. My team was terrible.
Yeah. But you're also... You're starting your teenage years.
Yeah. But I still loved Hawkeye football.
Okay. Yeah. All right, I see
it was almost like the NFL for that amount of time didn't exist to me. I barely watched any of the Super Bowls. I think I watched that Bears Super Bowl, but I knew who won them, but I didn't watch them.
No, I mean, I know I watched them, so I don't know what it is. Just I don't know.
I didn't.
I don't even know. It's not like I came from a family that was like, "Hey, you need to watch this."
I didn't come from a family that watched hardly any sports. I was the only sports fan in the house.
Yeah, because I mean, the first one
And I had my
remember
own
is
TV, so it didn't, like in my room, so I could have watched whatever I wanted.
the '84
But
Super Bowl is the first one I remember well. And that was the Raiders over the Redskins. And then after that, you have 49ers over Dolphins, and you have the Bears. And yeah, I remember, yeah. And it was just a matter, you just watch them, so.
No, it wasn't there. I don't know. And it came back. Football came back. Obviously huge when
it's a
when
good
Jimmy
question.
Johnson came along. I mean, Dallas was what 1 in 15 that first year. I'm like, oh God, and I'm like, can it get any worse?
Tons of things in my head to write, to sit down, and it should be something else I do besides try to not clean the house, but to put things in order in the house. And one of them really should be is to break down, and not long-winded, break down the MLBPA problem, but really start a poll. They don't have it. Where are you at? Are you done? Are you done? You know what I'm saying? I'm done, and it's going to take a lot. It's going to take like McGuire Sosa, it'll take 4 years. Are you done? Like, I don't care. Are you done? Like, I'm going to watch no matter what. I'm going to stick hard with the Players Association here. That's why I say I could talk to Mark for over and over and give him tons of things. And to sit there and say, like, they have to come both ways, you can't just tell two sides to come both ways as who we are. There's got to be somebody, and I don't know who that somebody is, who's going to be the mediator. Because I tell you what, it's not A-Rod, and it's not Mark Teixeira. I don't care.
Jay, there's nobody. You know why? Do you know why? Do you know why there's nobody that's going to come to baseball's savior? Nobody. Because there's been nobody in the sport for the last 40 years that's worth a crap, that has the integrity, that's been a leader of that sport, that's going to come to the forefront to try to save it.
Griffey could do it.
He doesn't care. He cares about himself. I'm sorry. They all care about themselves more than they care about the game. Period. Whether it's an ownership member, it's a member of the teams, games, players, whatever, umpires. The umpires care about themselves more than the game. Obviously. And they're all going to lose their jobs because of it. Every one of them. They're going to lose the value of the franchise. They're going to lose the value of the average citizen going to watch their games. People already hate the umpires because they put themselves above the game. Even the integrity of the game. Can't replace us with a computer. Yeah, we can, because you suck at what you do. And you're an a-hole about it when you get proved wrong. That's why, Jay. That is why no one's coming to the forefront to talk sense to these guys, because there's nobody that cares. Nobody cares about the game. You and I may care about the game, but we're not going to hire us.
As much as people out there want us to like argue about things or else, it's a really good point, because I'm racking my brain, and I'm like, well, what about Tony La Russa? I'm like, no, he wouldn't do it. Obviously, it doesn't matter. McGuire.
I mean, old school guys. If
Cal
I can think
Ripken?
Let me think of a guy that I would think of probably did love the game, but he's gone.
Okay.
All right. Popeye.
What do you mean?
The old man, Popeye.
Zimmer.
Yeah, Don Zimmer.
Well, then you have to say Lasorda, but he's old.
Okay, but Lasorda, isn't he dead?
That's a great question.
That's what I'm getting at. The guys that cared, the guys that think that
Lasorda's
cared,
dead.
that era that cared. Like, think about this. The guys that cared, like the Yogi Berras, the Ted Williams. Okay, the guys.
I got one.
The guys that said, all right, I am going to lay down my bat and pick up a rifle and go fight for this country against the Nazis and the Empire. All right, those guys are gone. And it slowly started coming in. I don't think there were a lot of bad guys in the 50s and 60s, but then it got to the point. Then all of a sudden we had free agency. We had Kurt Flood. We had all this stuff happen. And then everything became, and I remember the cover page of SI. Who will be the first guy to blank $1 million? You know what I'm saying? And it had all the salaries listed in the names.
Yeah.
Remember that issue?
I know what you're talking about, yeah.
That's when, Jay, right then, everything just started folding. In our childhood, in the heyday of what I loved of baseball, the era I loved, is when we started to lose baseball when it came to people caring about the game and more they cared about the money. That's just my thought, my opinion. I could be wrong. But who do you got? Who do you think cares about it?
Peter Gammons.
Okay, but guess what? Not an owner, not a player, not an umpire. Guy hired by ESPN.
I don't think he works for ESPN anymore.
Well, but I'm saying, if...
I think well-respected. Bob Costas.
Maybe.
Well-respected.
Well-respected, but I'm not a huge Costas fan. I like the Peter Gammons.
Yeah.
But if the thing is, you're going to have to get all three entities I just talked about on board with it. The players, the umpires, and the owners. To hire one person.
Well, the umpires don't. That's a different.
They are part of it. Seriously, though.
But yeah, I understand
they
what you're saying.
have to be a part of it. They are part of the game. I mean, when you have if umpires aren't part of the game,
okay.
why was Don Dickinger getting death threats when we were kids?
Right,
you follow me? What I'm saying?
So what you're saying is just a seat at the table to negotiate.
Yes.
Like, hey, this is where we got to come together. Yes.
They got to come together. They have a mediator come in and be like, this is what's important. This is what's going to save the game.
Somebody's got to, and it's not going to be a player. It's not going to be an owner. A player does it, and Mikey, I see you on Harrington's Pub, and Glancy, I see you on Harrington's Pub Facebook comment thread. I've said it over and over again. I've said Cal Ripken Jr., and I brought up Pete Rose. Cal Ripken Jr., they're going to be viewed at as a scab. I honestly do not understand why Major League Baseball Players Association hasn't turned their back on Teixeira and A-Rod by even hinting that they should do a 50-50. Teixeira just took all that money when he played only 19 games a season. He didn't have a prorated salary when he got hurt, and A-Rod wants to be an owner. So those guys are done to me. If I was a player, I'd be like, I want nothing to talk with you to talk about. Now, the one I think the most probably is Pete Rose. He's got the only thing he has to gain out of his personal out of that is that's Hall of Fame. He brought them together.
I don't think they're going to listen to him.
They're not going to listen to him
because
no one's listening to anybody.
He's viewed as a liar.
No one's listening to anybody.
His integrity is out the window. You bring up a name like Peter Gammons, yes, I can get behind that.
Yep.
I think everybody could get behind that because you truly know Peter Gammons cares about the game.
Yeah,
he cares about the game so much that ESPN had to fire him.
Yeah. It's not
which is the dumbest thing. ESPN's the worst. Don't even get me started.
We're on ESPN.
I don't
radio.
care. They do the dumbest things.
Yeah.
I mean, they get all the talent in the world, and they just let it just slide through the fingers. Oh, we'll replace it with new talent. No, you can't. Get out of here with that. I mean, that once in a lifetime talent goes through that door daily, and they just let it slide.
I was happy that Mark said it. I was happy that someone else is looking at things the same way we are. We are now, let's see, 11 days away from when they released them Monday, and people were saying like baseball's back, and I was the one saying like not so fast. It's got to be, and then they presented it the next day, and I mean people were writing that baseball's back. That is, and I think that's they're relying on the people. They're just like, well, we just want baseball. Now, what Blake Snell said was dumb. He came off the cuff. He was on Twitch. He didn't know it was going to go viral. He's an idiot. We get it. But his point is still there. He's not going to take less money because it's still going to be a salary cap.
It's fine.
Read between the lines. But people just say like, oh, and Major League Baseball did that. Trevor Bauer pointed out. They make us look like the bad guys because they leak information. They don't present it to us first.
I don't. Listen, with the world we live in, I can't buy that. I can't buy that they're leaking the information that these guys can't get a hold of it, or these guys have more of a way to talk to people now than they ever have before. So I'm not buying that crap because they can all go out on their Twitch, either look like a jackass or look smart. It's period. That's it. Period.
We do that every day.
Exactly. But I mean, and to my point too, when I start thinking about like all the sports, like are other sports going to slide off like baseball? I think basketball, in my eyes, already did, in the way of okay, I'm going to take days off so that I can prolong this.
Basketball's going to come up so hard and great.
But they're going to look good because why are they going to look good, Jay? Because baseball stinks. I haven't.
But basketball,
with the way they're handling it. Listen, I love baseball.
The Jordan Domes at Disney World, they're going to find a way to mic up the players.
Right.
They're going to make sure that it's a 5-second, 7-second delay on everything. They're going to be cussing each other. I'm telling you what, basketball is going to make this.
Baseball could do all this right now, Jay. They could be at the forefront of it. They were already micing guys up before.
I said from the beginning, when they come back, they have to mic up guys. They have to do this and that. You have to. But, I mean,
what happened?
Watch what basketball is going to do. They're always ahead of the curve.
Well,
always, except for politically. Yeah.
Well, but here's the deal.
Mm-hmm.
Who was mic'd up first? XFL.
Yeah. Yeah. My favorite comment here, and before we go to break.
It's stocking.
No, it's from Mike. He said, "This was a great last show, guys. Thanks, T-Ray, for getting my favorite sports show canceled." Because he said ESPN lets everybody kill.
Whatever. I don't care. They cancel me then. If I'm
ESPN cares only about football anyway.
They don't care about.
I mean, they
don't care what this fat guy says in Iowa. I don't give a crap.
Yeah, I mean, their Sunday night baseball is.
I mean, think about the things they broke up on that show, on just that network, throughout our lives. Oh man, there would be things I would just love. The only shining light at ESPN right now is Van Pelt, and I love him.
Yeah,
but I can't stay up that late to watch him. I'm an old man.
Well, he does some things that aren't like corporate friendly either.
I know, but I love Van Pelt. I love Levitard, but I mean,
again, stocking. You take the contrarian way too much on the Harrington stuff.
Stocking, it's it. I'm
no,
coming
he
for
says
you.
I don't need players being mic'd up. Yes, we do. At this point, we do.
Yes, we do.
We do not need sounds mic'd up. Pumped in. We do not need fake fans noise pumped in.
What we need is we need them mic'd up, and we need to have one channel where they're not censored. Because I want to hear. I want to hear everything they say to an umpire.
That's really good idea.
Yes,
if ESPN learned anything from The Last Dance, one and the one that's sitting not
ESPN is for the adults. Yeah. ESPN 2 is for the kids.
That's a really, really good point.
Because I want to hear what's going on.
I want to hear. Yeah.
And I don't even care if they're cussing in a foreign language. I want to hear.
No, I don't care either. I want to hear James Harden, MF, LeBron all over the place.
I want to hear balls and strikes getting MF'd.
Yes.
All of that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Everybody mic'd up.
I do like that a ton.
See? This fat guy from Iowa, Jay. The ESPN can't fire me now.
That's a great idea.
By the way, if you do that, ESPN, I get royalties.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, Mike. I didn't get you show cancer.
All right, we got to take a quick break.
Are we done?
We're going to take a quick break.
Oh.
Real quick. And then...
I'll read an ad.
Okay, read an ad, and then we'll come back. I know we already talked about Hidden Hills, but I'll give them a little shout-out when we come back from break.
You will?
Yes, I will.
Well, you know what I want to talk about?
Sure. Well, just go ahead and just do it. You don't have to talk. You don't have to you don't have to prep me. You can just do it.
Sure, because what if I want you to help me out?
Okay. Yeah, I can do that.
You ever been to Bayside Bistro, Jay?
Love Bayside Bistro.
It's in the Village of East Davenport, Quad Cities, and it's not your ordinary sandwich shop, is it, Bird?
No, not at all.
Not going to find deli meat on their menu. They only use fresh ingredients, and their orders are made from scratch. They have paninis like the Bayside Po' Boy and this awesome roasted beet and green bean salad. They have an incredible menu that specializes in deliciousness. Don't forget about the smoothies and fresh juices and their incredible dinner entrees. Don't take our word for it, though. Please check out the Facebook page with over 500 recommendations from guests. Stop by Bayside Bistro today, 1105 Christie Street in the Village of East Davenport.
You like that? Give me a hell yeah. I said give me a hell yeah.
This is Lobo from Lobo Salsa. You're listening to Don't Hassle Us, We're Local.
ESPN 1170 AM.
And now an old classic commercial from Mark Brenny.
Hi, I'm Mark Brenny, owner of Brenny's Motorcycle Clinic in Bettendorf. I'm often asked, how do you come up with those creative commercials for your motorcycle shop? Well, come along into the radio think tank and see for yourself just how it's done. Okay, we need a new ad for our Suzuki ATVs. Anybody got any ideas?
Okay, Mark, here, I got it. Here's the top 10 reasons to buy a new Suzuki ATV from Brenny's. All right, number 1, they're good for picking up girls while you're deer hunting.
Nah, that's overused on TV. How about this? Your wife wants some new jewelry. You want an ATV. My name is Mark Brenny, and if I say that idea stinks, it stinks. Nope, seems like I've heard that somewhere before. Anyone else?
Yeah, boss, I got one. Jack and Jill went up the hill to fetch a pail of water. Jill bitched the whole way down, so Jack traded her for a new four-wheeler at Brenny's in Bettendorf.
Well, as you can see, it takes a lot of brain power to write good commercials. But you know, Suzuki ATVs sell themselves. yourselves. Check them out at Brenny's Motorcycle Clinic in Bettendorf. ATVs are for those 16 years and older. A rider course is recommended. We'll even pay for it.
See. Very intrigued by the Dan Le Batard Show on ESPN Radio.
Did you see what happened with Kyle Rudolph? Because it reminded me of you for all of the wrong reasons. Kyle Rudolph went to Twitter and pointed out that a media member had asked him for his gloves that he cheated to win the game against the Saints with. And he said, sure, for charity, of course. I'll even sign them for you since it's for charity. And then he gave it to the media member, then saw it being sold on eBay for $375 plus $6 of shipping, and just pointed out that was wrong. And not only is it wrong, it's fireable.
Listen, I have since apologized. I mean,
you apologize? You've been leaving messages on Kyle Rudolph's machine?
Yes, Rudy.
Charity's the name of my wife.
The Dan Le Batard Show, 9 till noon on the Quad City Sports Leader, ESPN 1170 AM.
We will get our momentum back. Our businesses back, our smiles back, ourselves back. Because that's what this community does. At First Midwest Bank, we want to thank our colleagues for doing everything they can to help our clients and our communities get through this. Because we are all in this together. And together, we will get our momentum back. First Midwest Bank. Visit firstmidwest.com. Member FDIC.
Let's be honest. The National Symphony may not be in his future, but he wanted to try violin. So you said yes because you love him. And if you love him that much, love him enough to make sure he's buckled up and in the back seat. Find out more about keeping your kids safe in your vehicle at nhtsa.gov/the-right-seat. Show him you love him. Keep him safe. Visit nhtsa.gov/the-right-seat. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council. You let him try violin because you love him. And if you love him that much, love him enough to make sure he's buckled up and in the back seat. Find out more at nhtsa.gov/the-right-seat. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
Hey, Quad Cities, your garage isn't just where you park your car. It's storage, sport equipment, laundry center, workbench, home gym, hobby center, or even a place to watch the big game. Tailored Living can transform your garage. Whether you want a getaway or to just get clean and organized with a custom epoxy floor and garage cabinets, Tailored Living has got you covered. Schedule a free in-home consultation today. Call 309-429-6270 and transform your garage into a getaway you deserve.
There are a lot of things you can tell Alexa. What she likes to hear the most? Alexa, play ESPN 1170. Enable the skill and listen anywhere to the Quad Cities Sports Leader.
Quad Cities, we want to remind you about our locally owned and operated Tri-City Equipment. They've been in the restaurant equipment industry for that many years. 1934, Jay. Wow,
Woo!
Long time. They have competitive prices, quality, full service for all restaurant equipment,
It's 86
kitchen,
years too, right?
cookware. I know. Cooking equipment, refrigeration, utensils, tableware, china, glassware, all of it. It is all guaranteed. 30 days labor and 90-day on parts. If you're looking to cater any sort of event, don't go to these little one-item stores and have to buy 12, 15, 20. You pop in down to 527 West 4th Street in Davenport and let Tri-City Equipment sell you exactly what you need. You don't have to buy anything that you don't. They have a newly remodeled 2,400 square foot showroom, 1,600 items in stock. We use them for all of the restaurants and bars, right, Jay?
Yes, sir.
And
Love
our
them
buddies
down there.
my buddy Kyle down there.
527 West 4th Street.
That's right. Give them a call today, 563-322-5382 for any questions you have, and they'll help you out. Remember, the showroom hours are 8 to 5 Monday through Friday. Once again, that's Tri-City Equipment, 527 West 4th Street. The phone number, 563-322-5382.
This would be a point in the show where if someone wanted to cut, if a DJ talk show wanted to cut it early, they would just play American Pie or whatever else, and we get to, but we're gonna.
And then you knew like Jay and I had to go poop.
My friend right now, who's on the Harrington's Pub Facebook comment thread, Brian Stocking, I want you to find a time to come in here as soon as you can. I will actually make sure Bomber's not in here to interrupt us. We can argue about the rules about foul language and taunting in the game of basketball and how the NBA would not allow that to happen, because I truly believe that they need to mic them up, and I think T-Roy's right. One channel for the language, the other one to be bleeped.
One channel for stocking, one channel for all the adults.
Yeah, so I don't care.
Take that, stockpile.
You're bringing up something that happened about Kevin Coogan in 1986 Indy 500. No.
Stocking your brain is full of useless knowledge, and that's why we love you.
Yeah. So, you find a time to come in. We'll talk about this, and we'll talk about baseball and all that stuff.
You're not going to be teaching out kids for a while, Stocking. So get your rear end in here.
You still have time. We started the show earlier in the first half talking about golf, but you still have time to get in the Hidden Hills 4-man best ball tournament. Just give them a call out there. That's going to be on Monday. Give
Make
them a call.
Sure you get your NAT equipment, though, before you go anywhere.
563-332-5616, and or go to hiddenhills-golf.com. It's a 4-man best ball, and it's from 7 to noon. You get your tee time. You call out there, they'll give you a tee time. It's not going to be a shotgun start. But we appreciate those guys at Hidden Hills, and we want you guys to get out and enjoy yourselves and get some exercise, walking 18 holes, or riding. I don't know how it works. So, but that's going to be it for us today. We're going to leave you with about 10 minutes of, good old ESPN, the big dogs.
They know better than everybody.
Yeah. But you guys have a very, very safe and happy Memorial Day. Do it the best that you can, and have fun out there. Social distance the best you can. Don't get everyone looking at you sideways. Stay safe and sanitized. We appreciate you guys very much. Special thanks to our friend Mark Ryan for calling in and talking to us. We'll talk to you guys. We'll see you guys on Tuesday.
Adios.
All right. Take care, Quad City. Stay safe and sanitized.